Really, I'm hood rich. I'm really a star. I can't wait to be famous. 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 Really, I'm hood rich. I'm really a star. I can't wait to be famous.
Really, I'm haunted. I'm haunted by hundreds.
Let's keep it 100. You got.
What up, though? It's your boy Common Sense, man. And we already know that common sense isn't common. All right, look, so today, man, we have Jaylen Brown and Stephen A. Smith. Now, for the people who don't know, Stephen A. Smith said some reckless shit about Jaylen Brown on First Take. Now, this was about a month ago. This video is a couple weeks old. And I'm not going to lie, I gave it some time because I wanted to see if the people was going to talk about it. And obviously they didn't. And, you know, I don't put the blame on them because, to be honest with you, man, the world loves negativity. So I don't expect YouTubers to put anything positive on their platform or on YouTube. That's just the honest truth. Now, for the people that don't know, I'm your boy Common Sense. Like the video, because liking the video is more important to the YouTube algorithm these days. And subscribe to the boy if you're feeling the content. This video is a very important video that I feel like the people need to hear. It's a positive one. Alright? Now, I'm finna play you guys what Stephen A. Smith said about Jaylen Brown on First Take.
Jaylen Brown, it's not so much that he's underrated. It's that he's just not liked because of his, quote, I am better than you attitude. He knows it. It's the same reason he is not as marketable as he should be. That's what an NBA source just sent me. I don't know that to be the case. I like Jaylen Brown. I know a lot of people that like Jaylen Brown. You heard my...
All right, so that was exactly what Stephen A. Smith had to say about Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown had a problem with that, and so he decided to confront Stephen A. Smith on his own show. And shout out to Stephen A. Smith for allowing Jaylen Brown to come on his show to confront what he had to say. For the people that don't know, man, Jaylen Brown is a world champion, is a 2024 Finals MVP, a 3-time NBA All-Star. The highest NBA player with the highest NBA contract ever in NBA history, worth $304 million. And he was also able to have an internship to NASA. Now, with all that's being said, let's get into the conversation that Jaylen Brown and Stephen A. Smith actually had on the Stephen A. Smith show.
Now is the opportunity to clear the air and talk about, things that matter, but also address it and then move on.
Right. I don't, but the thing about it is that I don't think it was something that was created. I think, you recognize the fact that because of who you are and what you stand on,
For sure.
that there are certain people in positions of power that want to hold you back because when they want to do business, they want to do business with people that they can control. So my next question to you is, considering who you are and who you know yourself to be, and now that
Jaylen Brown said, he said for sure. That boy sound like me saying for sure like that. Now listen, Stephen A. Smith just said it himself. The power at B want to do business with people that they can control. The problem with what Stephen A. Smith said about Jaylen Brown on First Take Live, about him not being marketable and him not being liked, is fucked up because Stephen A. Smith just said out his mouth they like to do business with people that they can actually control. Jaylen Brown is clearly not that type of player, or clearly is not that human being that want to be controlled. And for the people that don't know, man, Jaylen Brown, and this is one of the main reasons why I'm doing this video, Jaylen Brown negotiated NBA's richest contract himself without an agent. $300 and some million. And when Jaylen Brown got that contract, got that money deposited into his bank, however much they gave him right off the top for as a signing bonus, Jaylen Brown decided to start up a Black Wallstreet in Boston. Now, Black Wallstreet is something that we all thought was long and gone. We all thought that nobody that was on the main platforms as far as the NBAs, the entertainers, we all thought they did not have the balls to do it, but it is people out there that's doing it. And that's why I'm dropping this video to y'all. Because I want y'all to know that it is people out there that it's like Jaylen Brown. It's people out there that's definitely about the positivity of the black people growing. But the power at B don't like to put those type of guys in the forefront. So much that Jaylen Brown was snubbed from the Team USA. Now listen, I just said to you guys earlier that Jaylen Brown was the finals MVP. That means the guy that's in a championship game playing the best. That makes you one of the best players in the world. If you don't know, Team USA, as far as the NBA wise, consists of the best players in the world. Jaylen Brown was not on that 2024 NBA roster, Team USA roster. He was snubbed. The shit was done on purpose. The shit was so disrespectful that they got 3 players from his team, Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Jason Tatum. Now, Jason Tatum, we can argue that he would have made it regardless. Or he should have been on there regardless because he's the running mate. If you got Batman and Robin, Jaylen Brown can be Batman, Jason Tatum can be Robin, or it can be the other way around. It's a nice 1-2 punch. At the end of the day, Derek White and Drew Holiday should not have been in front of Jaylen Brown when it came to making the roster to the Team USA. So they snubbed him. The powers that be did.
You're a champion. Is it consistent, or does your principled position elevate even more because now you got the credentials to back up that you indeed are somebody who deserves everything you want?
Absolutely. And yeah, it makes you stand on it even more. Like I'm comfortable with it. Like I passed on millions of dollars worth of endorsements, not because I don't think that the money is of value, but I more so think for the next generation and helping athletes kind of understand their value to a different level. Right now, we kind of look at this exchange between endorsement, between the athlete gets paid an X amount of dollars. They have no creative control, no input, no say-so over, the direction of how they want things to go. They don't own their IPs, nothing of the sort. And as a Players Association rep, I get those phone calls when I'm talking to older players and their frustration about how we're working with and dealing with these major corporations, how it's difficult. And I think more people should hear those stories. Because if I was a young player and I heard this veteran that went through what I want to go through and this person say they might have done something different, that might affect my perspective. So I'm always listening. I'm always thinking about how can I pour into the next generation? Because how we started this conversation was with Bill Russell and playing for this organization and admiring somebody like that. I feel like I have no choice but to walk in their light.
So when you give advice to some of these young cats, telling you some of the things that they're enduring, knowing what you've already been through, what do you tell them?
I tell them to think for themselves. Most importantly, our influence doesn't just get determined by being an athlete or what I say, an entertainer. Like, I think our influence goes beyond. Some of these dudes got God-given ability, jumping over cars, running fast as lightning. Like, I think that influence goes beyond just entertainment. And some people may disagree on that, and we're going to have to disagree to the end. I think we should challenge ourselves, our minds, because we have the potential and the capabilities to be, leaders, not just on the court or on the field or in the music industry, but in society as well. The influence is there. The ability, the talent is given from God. It's just up to us if we realize it, understand it, and access it. And that's what I like to explain to the younger generation is that, you know, you're not just a basketball player. It's the platform that you might have, but you got people in the community that look up to you, listen to you. Don't listen to the ones that say you should just focus on ball or don't care about nothing or nobody else. Nah, it's okay to stand for your community. It's okay to be a representative of your family, to not just be about the money, the cars, the girls, etc., but also be about building and bridging and creating things for the next generation and creating a legacy rather than just giving back what they just gave to you.
But what about being smart and strategic too? How important is that, and how often do you give them that level of advice?
Oh, that's everything. That's the emphasis of the advice is to have stratagem. Don't go out there aimlessly saying things and doing things that you don't have the capability to back up. If you look at how I've approached things, it's been with nothing but strategy. You know, how I've built my brand, how I've approached the work I do in the community is all about, you know, one, making the world a better place, but two, also being able to be in a position of influence to affect the next gen.
I asked that question because I'm thinking about exchange. I'm thinking about you talking about recreating a Black Wallstreet. I'm thinking about you and what you've done or trying to do in Oakland and how you got your man Jason Kidd helping you with that. I'm thinking about endorsement deals that you supposedly turned down in excess of $50 million, if I remember correctly. I think about reading that. I'm looking at you having turned down over $50 million in endorsement deals to launch your own performance brand, 741, these sneakers right here.
Yes, sir.
You understand? I'm thinking about all of that. And before I go to commercial, I have to ask you, do you realize, damn it, everybody ain't you? Like you really act like you think you're normal. You understand you're not normal. I mean, most dudes can't play like you. And as smart and as intelligent as we want to feel we are, and a lot of us are, a lot of people look at you and say, next level, you next level. It ain't typical. Do you take that into account when you give that advice?
Absolutely, but I think I was raised this way. I was trained this way. I was created for this. I was like this was like I wasn't born with this ability. I worked for it. It was prepped. So like my family, my household, all about education. I grew up in a family. My grandmother, who's not here with us today, but she was an educator, a social worker, a woman in the community. I watched her give herself to her community, and I watched her community put her on a pedestal for the amount of energy that she put into each and every person that came into her office. So that's where I got my sense of community. Also, all her sisters, my mom, teachers. My mom teaches at Boston University. So I've had the teaching, the preparation, the upbringing, and also the realization of like who I am to be able to cultivate what you see now. I think the same could be done for kids in the next generation. I don't think I'm special. I do think that others feel the same way I do about certain things. They just don't know about how to go about it, or they don't know how to articulate it because they weren't prepped. They didn't come from that household. They didn't come into that environment, but I did. So that's why that responsibility is different, especially from the one above. But I don't think it's enough for them to get to that point. And that's why my work is always about giving back to the next gen, because I think that with the right environment, you will see more Jaylen Browns. And that's my goal, is to build an army.
One and only Jaylen Brown, reigning NBA Finals MVP, right here with Stephen A. Back with more in a minute.
All right, now, shout out to Stephen A. Smith again for allowing Jaylen Brown to come onto his platform and confront what he said about Jaylen Brown on First Take. Now, as you guys know and what you guys heard, we all heard it, Jaylen Brown sounds like a humble guy. Jaylen Brown sounds like he's pro-black 100%. Jaylen Brown does not sound like what Stephen A. Smith said, that unknown source said. Jaylen Brown does not sound like he's better than anybody. In the midst of Stephen A. Smith praising this man said that he feels that everybody or anybody has the capabilities to do exactly what he's doing or become exactly what he's become because he was taught that. How powerful is that? My man's whole sense of being is powerful. And that's the reason why the powers that be says that Jaylen Brown is not marketable. Because he want to create a Black Wallstreet. Because he want to create his own shoe company and not sign with a major company like Nike. Stephen A. said it. He turned down tens of millions of dollars to go and do his own thing to build it from the bottom. Jaylen Brown is marketable, people. They just don't want those type of guys to be in the forefront. So to be honest with you, man, when I see people like a LeBron James, that's the face of the NBA. Yes, I do rock with LeBron James when it comes to his capabilities or abilities to play basketball. But I do not feel like he has black people's best interests. Because if he did, he wouldn't be the face of basketball. He would be getting snubbed from Team USA just like Jaylen Brown did, the finals MVP. Listen, for people out there that don't know anything about basketball, that's the highest achievement you can actually get on a basketball court. Shout out to Jaylen Brown, man, for being him. Continue to move how you move, my brother. I brought this in front of you guys because I want y'all to know that it is people out there that do want to see a Black Wallstreet exist again. I brought this in front of y'all to let y'all know, or for y'all to hear for yourself, that the powers that be do not want to see no positive shit like this. And this is why a bunch of YouTubers fuck with negative shit instead of the positive shit. But I'm going to bring y'all the positive things and a little bit of negative things. But we going to have a nice median, a nice balance. I'm your boy Common Sense. Like the video, because liking the video is more important to the YouTube algorithm these days. Subscribe to the boy if you feeling the content or felt the content. I'm doing what I always do, and I'm signing off. Peace.